How much did old Hollywood stars pay for their homes? 1. Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks. The couple spent just $35,000 on their Pickfair estate. It would be $610,000 today. They transformed the hilltop cabin into a 22-room mansion. They later scaled up further to 42 rooms. The mansion hosted the biggest names of the era. Pickford became a recluse later on in life, but she still hosted parties. She talked to her guests by telephone from her bedroom. Pickford lived in her mansion until she died in 1979. In 1988, it was sold to an Israeli businessman. Termites were discovered in the house. Shortly afterward, the entire estate was demolished. 2. Clark Gable. Gable moved into his Encino home in 1939. The house previously belonged to Mickey Rooney. Gable and his wife Carol Lombard bought the house for $50,000. It's around $1 million in today's money. Gable lived in the house until his wife's passing in 1942. He never sold the estate, but rarely visited it due to grief. 3. Joan Crawford. Crawford purchased her Brentwood estate in 1928. She paid $57,500, which would be $986,000 today. Crawford named the house El Hodo. She lived there for nearly 3 decades. She had a pool house, a theater, and an extra-large dining room. 4. Jerry Lewis. Lewis bought his Pacific Palisades home in 1950. He spent $65,000 or $818,000 in today's money. It was nearly 7 times the median home value at the time. The home had plenty of room for Lewis's big family. Lewis also filmed home movies there. They were made under the name of Garon Productions. 5. Marilyn Monroe. Monroe bought her house in Brentwood for $75,000. It would be $742,000 today. The Brentwood house was the only property she ever owned. Monroe was found dead a couple months after she bought it. In 2017, the house sold for $7.25 million. The deal closed one day before Monroe's 91st birthday. 6. Jayne Mansfield. Mansfield purchased her home for $76,000 in 1958. It's around $650,000 in today's money. Mansfield transformed the estate into the Pink Palace. It had a heart-shaped pool and bathtub. Her husband, Mickey Hargitay, handcrafted a wooden fireplace. He had "I Love You, Janie" engraved in the pool in gold. The couple also installed a champagne fountain. 7. Elvis Presley. Elvis purchased Graceland in 1957. He spent $102,000 on the estate. It's the equivalent of $924,000 today. Graceland is the most visited home in the U.S. More than 500,000 people travel to see it every year. 8. Frank Sinatra. Sinatra had the Twin Palms estate specially designed for him. In 1947, it cost him $150,000. Today, it would be about $1.9 million. Hollywood celebrities frequently visited Twin Palms. Sinatra would hang a Jack Daniels flag. It signaled to his friends they should come over to party. 9. Rudolph Valentino. Valentino bought his Beverly Hills mansion in 1925. It cost him $175,000 or $2.5 million in today's money. Valentino filled the mansion with antique furniture. He collected ancient swords and first editions. Valentino called his home the Falcon Lair. It was the name of the film he hoped to make. His then-wife Natasha Rambova would co-star with him, but they divorced shortly after moving into the mansion.